My name is Bamero Babalola Oluwashim. I'm the CEO of Why Not Ways, and I'm saying welcome to Salt and Light Camp 2020 e-edition. Hope you're keeping safe and you are enjoying the camp at the moment. So today we're going to be talking about business or fashion. But before now, I would like to tell you about myself a little bit. I started Why Not 2010. That means this year we're going to be celebrating our 10th years anniversary. And right now we are 10 years old and we have 7 stores right now, and we have close to 70 outlets, which is partnership with supermarkets. I said why not by when my girlfriend, who is now my wife, introduced me to bought the slippers for me. So after buying the slippers, I noticed that a lot of people, my friends, were buying into the slippers. So I said, okay, why, instead of me giving it to the person that is producing the slippers and selling to them directly, why can't me partner with the person producing it and sell it to my friends? So then I noticed it was producing the same product but having a different brand name on it, which is a foreign name. So I asked him, why are you doing this? Why can't you put your name on this product? Why are you putting a foreign name on the product you are that we know you're actually producing here? He said that once he produce and put his name there, people will not buy into it, people will not like it, that they prefer to use a foreign name. I said, no, if I'm going to be selling for you, I'm going to use my name or his name into it. So I told him, since we are producing a very good product in Nigeria, why not Nigeria? Why not our own? Why can't we produce? Why can't you put your own name? Why not? That is where we originate the name from. Why not? Which is WHYNOT. But after a week, we rephrased the name back to what we are currently having now, which is YNORTH. Yes. But when we started then, when we registered Why Not, then we register it as Why Not Ways and not Why Not Footwears, because we know we are going to be going into different line of fashion, which is what we have now. During the process which we are producing the brand, producing the footwear, we notice a lot of people are buying into it, my friends. But it get to a time that they were not rebuying the product again. They were not buying the product again. They get tired. I don't know, maybe they get tired, and even some of them are not even paying, because once they collect it from you, they will not pay you on time. So I started thinking, how can I do a better marketing? That is where I try to sell it to supermarkets, which is now currently what we have now. Before I go into details about business or fashion, I would like to go into the reason why you want to do this business, the reason why you want to go into business or fashion. I have a reason why I started this business, and the major reason is just my own dream. I actually want to be free. I also want to help people. So that is, I went to the business because of my dream. I don't want to, and my dream is so simple. Back then, I actually don't want to write a CV. That is my first major reason why I go into business. I don't want to write a CV, and there was a reason for it. When I was leaving secondary school to university, I did my WAEC several times. So while doing my WAEC, I actually stayed with one of my auntie, my uncle in Lagos. So when I was with my auntie and uncle in Lagos, I have close to like 7 cousins who are staying in the house, and they are all graduates, but they had no job during that time. So from the moment I noticed that these people are graduates and also want to go into the same school they went, and these people have been there for like 3 years, they have not gotten a job. Since that day, I made up my mind that even if I'm going to go to school, I'm not going to write a CV. So when I was in school, I was thinking about business. What can I do? I did computer science in school in Lagos State Poly. But starting from there, when I saw people who are there who are my brothers and they couldn't get a job back then, I changed my mind that I was going to go into business and not seek for a job. So my simple reason is the dream, which is not writing a CV. So anytime I lose in business or lost money or whatsoever, I go back to my dream, which is not writing a CV. So before you go into this business now, the first thing you would need to understand is, why do you want to go into business? Because if you don't have a reason, you will fall back to you going to a job. Please get to understand the reason why you want to go into this. Have what you want to do and set up a plan. Number one point is starting small. You have to start small. When I started Why Not back there, we started with just producing a particular product. So if you are going to start a business in fashion, you have to start small. So first we introduced footwears, which we actually stayed over 2 years before we introduced another product of it. Right now we have close to about 10 different lines we have introduced. That is after 10 years of launching the brand. So if you are starting up a business, a fashion business, the first thing you need to know is to get yourself a good name. A good name is very, very compulsory in starting up a fashion brand. Point number 2 is marketing. Marketing is so much needed in business, especially when it comes to fashion. Marketing, you have to understand, you have to create a slogan for your business. When we started back then, the first thing the challenges we were able to face is marketing. Remember I said I started by producing from a man and selling it to my friends. After selling it to my circle of friends, we have to think of how can I sell to a different market which are not part of my circle. That actually took us close to 6 months before we can identify what we actually want. We started selling it inside the car, selling to people, but we noticed the marketing is not right. So the next thing we did is we have to speak to a supermarket back then. And after speaking with the supermarket, they allow us to put our shelf in their location, which actually changed the game for us. When we met this man that we want to sell our product in his store, he told me that they have been selling foreign shoe in their location and it wasn't selling. Why do I think my product should sell? I tell them that if they're able to give me a test for a 1 month test, if it doesn't sell, they should allow me to take my product out. So the first thing we did is we actually produce and understand the sizes of shoe we want to produce. What I noticed the other people are not doing is that when they buy shoes from the market and want to sell it in their store, they just pick the shoes randomly. So by the time people get to see the shoe, they saw what they like, but indirectly they are not able to see their sizes in what they actually like. So we saw this as a problem. So when we want to produce ours, we produce based on sizes. So by the time you see the design you like, you're actually going to see the size you like into it. And after doing this, we also launched a slogan for our brand, which we call "I deserve a new shoe." So this actually helped us so much in selling the product out. It gets to a point that people don't even know if the country is, the shoe is actually a foreign or a made in Nigeria shoe, because of the way we position the marketing of the brand. Second point is you have to understand your marketing very right. The people you want to sell to, the kind of design you want to produce for them, what they like, and also understand the location in which you are supplying to. We have noticed that some products move in one position from one location to the other. So we try to understand this before we supply our product to them. So marketing is a key in business or fashion. So you have to understand your marketing very, very right. Number 3 point is understanding and addressing challenges in production. If you remember the way we started by producing from someone. After 1 year of producing with this person couldn't meet the what's it called, the number, as in the volume in which we want to produce. We started having challenges in that. 6 months down the line, we started our own production, which was a very big deal for us. But indirectly, there were a whole lot of challenges there. Understanding, the first one is how can we manage staffing, manage production guys, which we have not been going into. So after employing 3 or 4 guys producing for us, we started noticing a lot of problem into it. Some are not producing they cannot produce the kind of quality we want. Sometimes it takes a lot of headache in them understanding that what we are actually selling is not footwear but a brand. That is the key. Understanding that they are not actually producing a footwear but a brand. It takes a whole lot of work for us to do that. So when they are producing, they have to produce very neat. They have to make sure they are actually producing with the right materials. We have to understand that, we have to make them understand that the way the machine should work on this particular leather and all this, it becomes a big problem for us. But the more we go, the more we are addressing each challenge one by one until we started producing in a big mass. Sorting out materials is one of the key problems we are actually facing in the industry. I'm talking about my own business right now. Sorting out a good quality gum, sorting out a good leather, because majority of these things are imported. So it all depends on the source we are getting it from. Sometimes we have to go into the market and purchase a very bad gum, and after producing close to 400 or less number of shoes, and we notice that people are complaining that it's pulling out, we have to go and withdraw all the shoes back. So some of these shoes is like they go into a loss for us, or we have to reproduce this same shoe back. So we face a lot of challenges in that. So which is, if you're going to go into business, into this fashion business, you have to get your source very right, so that you won't lose so much money in producing. Because once you produce a bad product and people get to see it or get to use it, they tag your brand name with this bad product, which is very, very bad for your business. So point number 4, which is the last point I'm going into, is find the key to sales and distribution. To be successful in this business, you need to pay attention to this very, very well. Your sales is number 1 key, and how you distribute your goods is also a key. How can you sell your products? During our course in running our business, in running Why Not, the number one reason to go in this business is your sales. Your sales team has to be very, very strong. You should understand your strengths. In Why Not now, what we have understood is distribution, where we sell our product to. The outlets are one of our major points. We have one of the strongest points we have before we launch our own sales points. When we started back then, we started by putting our products in supermarkets. We noticed a lot of people go into this supermarket, and once they see product they like, they go into it. So we're able to understand our sales, that this is our number 1 strength. So we make sure we have a lot of them before we launch our own sales points. So you should understand your sales very well, and you should train your people to sell. And right now we have a lot of medium in which people use to sell now. We have offline sales and we have online sales. Getting a website, selling through Instagram, selling to your WhatsApp friends, selling a lot of places where you can sell. You can also sell using commissions. You can give your friends to sell, and while you give them a certain percentage on what they are selling. So you must be able to create a sales point. If there is no sales, business doesn't work. We have noticed that in different businesses in which people have started, their sales used to discourage them. So be very well assured that sales is actually a number one key point and also one of the most difficult thing to do. And you should be able to create a sales outside your friend. If you are a kind of people who wants to sell to friend alone or doesn't create a lot of sales which are not your friend, it's going to be very difficult for you, because you will finish selling to your friend and you won't have what to sell to them again. So you need to create a balance. You need to know how to sell to your friend and also create another sales channel for yourself. You can make use of any social media you like. All these social media points, you can make use of it. There's a time we also started selling to Jumia, and there's a time we also started selling to a direct sales. That once you sell to people, they make commission on what they are selling. So you have to create this balance very, very well. And distributing your products is also a very tough one for us. When we started back then, we have a lot of challenge in distributing our products, and right now it's still a challenge for us, but we have reduced it. Now we have quite a number of people who are in charge of our inventory, who are in charge of our warehouse. Trying to manage these people is also very, very hard, because it gets to a point that you might not even know the number of products you are producing or how they are selling it. And if you don't guide that point very well, your business is going to collapse in no time. So you must be able to understand how your business is being distributed. That is why I always advise and encourage people to seek mentorship of people who have already been in such business, so that they can guide you. Right now I've mentored and also help people to start up their business. So that means I'm guiding them to not to enter the same pit which we entered when we started. So please, when you're understanding sales and distribution, also get a mentor who are going to advise you on what to do. It's going to help you so much. So you have to make sure your sales is right, and also your distribution channel is also very, very high. Thank you. My advice for youths over there, and advice for people who are actually in the camp right now, is to stay focused. Know actually what you want to do. If you want to go into business, be there 100%. What we encourage you is for you to get a good mentor. Once you have a good mentor, you are good to go. So once you have any challenges, you talk to your mentors, because you are going to face a lot. That is why I started in the beginning at why do you want to go into this business? Why do you want to go? You must have why you want to go into things, because once you have an idea of what you want to do, when you see the challenges, you will not run. So my advice for you is, and luckily we have a good mother over there, Mama, which I actually call Mama Futko. Is actually she's a mentor to me, and I want to thank her for actually giving me this opportunity to sell in their store when we were just starting, and they have actually helped me so much in establishing my brand very well. So she's a good mentor for all of us. So I know right now she's quite very busy, so you can get a mentor to help you out. Business is very, very hard, and business is very, very interesting if you have a mentor, and you must be able to understand one thing: why do you want to do it? You can be successful also in being into job. We have seen a lot of people who are into a job, they are CEO of industries, that is not they are not the sole owner of the business. So you can do very good too in such area. But if you want to go into business, please know why you want to go into it and stay focused. Create a brand product, keep creating new products, keep encouraging yourself. Right now, as I told you, we started from footwear, and right now we are migrating to into shirts, we have migrated into ready to wear casuals, we have migrated to cufflinks, we have migrated into cap, we keep increasing our product line, because once you increase your product line, it will reduce your what's it called, it will reduce your risk in business. So please stay focused and enjoy your camp. Yeah, the understanding government policies is a very key to doing business right now. One of our companies we want to supply were telling us that we need a NAFDAC permission for leaders, which I've never in my life think that how can a NAFDAC be attending to creating a policy on leaders. So, well, there's no way to it. We have to start asking around what is actually this thing all about. So for you to survive in business, you must be able to understand the government policy in your kind of business. That means you need to get, either you're getting a lawyer or you are getting a good people who understand this policy very well. And also you have to be close to government at times in business. You have to know one or two people to help you out in business. If you are going to be successful in business, you're also able to read and understand policy very well. Policy change very well. You can see what happened in Lagos, Go-Kada and all that, how the government changed policy and it's actually affected the business. But don't forget, not all their businesses actually collapse, only some part of their businesses, because indirectly they have created a different business from that same business. So be rest assured that once government creates a policy, you have not actually failed. You can always survive in the different policy, different environment. It is actually your dream, your focus, everything will go smoothly. Thank you very much.